You're not rooting for your own team.
You can't walk out on the set, bro. That's a cut anyway. Top 5 NBA players.
I can go 6 Lakers in my stuff.
LeBron at 1.
I gotta go with King.
Jordan at 2.
Magic.
I'm gonna take Kobe.
Kareem.
My small forward, I'll take Latrell Sprewell.
This guy.
Sportsmanlike conduct podcast.
Since we ended with you, we're gonna start with you. Top 5 albums
Top 5 albums.
of all times, baby.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Top 5 albums.
That's a good idea, though, Dirk. We're gonna tally that up. I'll take a look at it.
No, this is just straight bias though, but
Come on now.
That's what it gotta
You
be.
knew that.
nah.
Knew that
This-
though.
But y'all not gonna be mad at this. I don't think y'all gonna be mad. Number 5. If I tell you what I had to leave out for this one, but number 5 I got 50. Get Rich or Die Trying. If you play Many Men right now, I'm gonna fight somebody. Tell you right now. That was like the last song I ever heard that made me want to fight somebody.
You know, that's the last song that made the album.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was his best song on that album.
He wasn't
to
gonna
me.
put it on there.
Didn't put it on.
Yep.
Yes, that's 50's best song to this day. I don't think he's ever did anything better than that. Number 4. Everybody, I'm picking Nas, but it's not the first album. It's the second one. It was written.
Okay.
I just tell you, fast forward to track 10, Live Nigga Rap with Mobb Deep.
Fire.
Yeah, I let
Hardcore.
I'll go on, move on. That's enough for me. Number 3, Life After Death. Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls. However you want to call him.
Yo. We kind of
Track-
similar, man.
After track. You just before we started, you let that whole thing play.
Yep.
And it was a double album. So even the skits, yo, the Mad Rapper, come on, son.
Yeah. You
Album's
play that.
fire.
You can play it on a nice little road trip.
Yeah.
Drop that in there.
Yeah, you want to kill 2-hour drive?
Just rock that.
Right there. Now, 1 and 2 was tough, but I got to go with my emotions.
Right.
So number 2, album, The Score, Fugees. Again, man.
That was a good album.
Lauryn Hill, B.
Yeah. I mean,
Lauryn Hill, man.
Lauryn Hill.
That's enough.
You don't gotta say nothing else after that, bro.
Yeah, just Lauryn
she
Hill
is
on that.
who we thought she was.
And then the appearances, Diamond D did a track on there. John Forte. Anyway, my number one, that now that I'm saying it, you can't talk me off of this, is Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links.
Damn.
Everybody's appearance, the song with Nas on that one too, the skits, the interludes.
Got me on that one, brother.
Yeah, that's number 1 for me. You can't talk me off of that. No,
All right.
that being number 1. My favorite song on there is Glaciers of Ice. Listen to that.
Wu-Tang.
If you don't want to, really have a fight with somebody, then I advise you not to listen to that track. But that was one of them. Even Ice Cream. Ice Cream was on there, man.
Yo,
That's true.
That was on?
Yeah, man.
I
bro.
realized that was on there.
Wu Gambinos?
Bambinos. Come on, you can't any better than that.
Absurd lyrics.
Than that album, son.
All right.
RZA was on point with the production on that too, man.
Yes, he was.
Only person that was missing from that album I'm still mad about was ODB. He does not appear on that album whatsoever.
Not at all.
And my honorable mentions, it was tough. I'm only gonna leave 2. I'm only gonna give you 2 honorable mentions because it was tough. Because these 2 albums mean a whole lot to me. Number one of the mentions was Brand Nubians, All for One.
One
To
for
this
all.
day.
One for all.
Now it's All for One is the name of the album.
You sure?
Positive.
I double checked that, bro.
All for
Said
One.
one for all.
Maybe it's 1 for all. Who knows?
I checked it last night. I had to check it. I was saying
But-
one for one too.
That that right there, and I can't put this in here without mentioning Chronic 2001.
Gotta pick one.
That
bro.
was a huge record.
Good mentions.
But Chronic 2001, I make that as I capitalize that on my mention just before the production.
All right.
Dre was at his height on that one too.
Crazy.
Cool. It's a good list.
Yes, sir.
Go to you, brother Dean.
Number 5. Drake, Take Care.
Right.
That's a
Being-
good album.
In fact, I mean, it was not his first album, but for me, that's when he really started to, transcend and different sounds and stuff like that. So that's number 5 for me. Number 4, greatest group of all time, Locks We Are the Streets, front to back, craziest album, bro. Album was crazy, bro. Number 3 is Lil Wayne, The Carter 2. Crazy album, intro. I mean, come on. That's that's when Lil Wayne started to really transcend from mixtapes into albums and putting out a fire body of work, like Hustler Music, like all these craziest songs to this day. Money on My Mind, the list goes on. Number 2, you gotta think I'm crazy, but The Game, Jesus Piece. If you ever heard, and I urge you to listen to this album from front to back. One of the best albums I've ever heard in my life, production-wise, skit-wise, lyrical, and the way they lined the songs up on the album, I swear to God, from front to back, it's a masterpiece.
Was that Dre?
That did Jesus
Produ-
Piece? No.
Yeah.
I think this is post Aftermath. But it doesn't matter though. Because I think he had production from Kanye on there, probably had production from Jay on there also. But I urge you to listen to Jesus Piece, The Game. I guarantee you'll agree with me. And number 1 for me is Rick Ross, Teflon Don. Greatest album for me, period. Classic.
Done.
Done deal.
What's your favorite track on that one?
It's hard to say, but it's hard for me to pick a song on there, bro. I mean, the intro, obviously, I'm Not a Star was like one of the craziest intros personally for me, bro. I mean, this is the Rick Ross is one of my favorite rappers of all time, so I'm kind of biased in that aspect.
Nah, I don't. Listen, when he dropped that BMF,
That was on there too. BMF was on
when
there.
he dropped that song, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Played that shit like 30 times straight.
Yo, that
like, yo,
song in
just on the
itself,
loop, son. I couldn't believe this.
That song in
Yeah,
itself, bro.
I can't front on Rick Rose.
I had beef with Rick
Rick
Ross.
Rose.
For a while.
I can't front on him, son.
Some seal.
Who had beef with Rick Ross?
I did.
What you saying, P?
Nah, I know what he's saying. Don't get into that, man.
I know exactly what
We not that kind. We not that type
I know
of crowd.
exactly what he's
Yeah,
saying.
we not that type of crowd. We talking about music, man.
What you said you're 6 man?
Oh,
Oh nah.
the 6 is a toss-up between Kanye West, The College Dropout, and 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm going with 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying because
Yo, College Dropout.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
College Dropout was a crazy album. Talib
I didn't even think
Kweli,
about
all them
that.
cats on there. Bro.
Yeah,
Listen to that
I didn't
music
even
too,
think
bro.
about that.
Talib on them was going crazy, bro. Mos Def.
Mos Def.
Come on, man. That album was
Most
crazy,
deaf.
yo.
Oh my goodness.
All right. We're gonna go to you, Dirk, in that order.
All right. Top 5 albums. My number 5, I'm gonna go with Krs-One, Return of the Boom Bap. Saying a lot of big records on that album. Sound of the Police. You remember that record? Like, whoop, whoop, that was Sound of the Police.
Only record I know.
This guy. Krs-One Attacks. Brown Skin Woman. I mean, the album was fire the way he put it together. I definitely listened to that on repeat quite a few times. And you know, Chris is one of my favorite rappers of all time, so I have to put him there. Number 4, Public Enemy, Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. I mean, you don't got to say much about that, man. I mean, Public Enemy, like I said.
Yeah.
When
What big tune was on there?
What big tune was on there?
Public Enemy.
I don't think Basshead was on that one, but I think Fight the Power, if I'm not mistaken, was on that.
It's a big song right there, yo.
I mean-
to this day.
Yeah, Basshead was on the 3rd album, but Fight the Power was such a impactful record. And I think that was in the movie with Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing, right?
Yeah.
And that just made it that much more impactful. So that album, and just based on the climate at the time, and the black and white issues and all that.
Tawala Brawley.
Right, Tawana Brawley. So culturally, it had a huge impact, especially as a black youth when, we was all trying to get some justice and equality and all that good shit within the system. So for me, just listening to those records, it just it opens up your mind, and then you can't help but to want to be more conscious, want to be more involved. I was at the New York rally for the Rodney King shit. Got arrested and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I was out there. So that's a big album for me.
Got bagged, brother?
I got bagged. New York rally for the Rodney King situation. Then third on my list, I don't know if this is controversial or not, but Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
It's a fire album, bro. I
know some cats say, oh, she's singing and.
No, that's a hip hop.
That's a hip hop. You said hip hop. That's a hip hop album.
Right.
If you said a rap album, then that's different. But to me, it would be different.
Yeah, I mean, the album is a classic, man. I mean, the production on the record, the skits.
Yo, you know, angry people or scorned people make the best music, yo.
Yeah.
She was scorned for that before that whole album. I guess she put everything into that.
Right. She put like all her soul into making that record, bro. That record is. I could listen to the whole album now, front to back, without having any issues at all. You know what I'm saying? It's a powerful record.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, my man, 40 grand, Pooh Bah, 2000. Right?
Yo, that's a slept on album, man.
That record, that album is, I remember.
A slept on album.
When, what was not the 2000 record, was that I Wanna Be Where I Wanna Be?
2000?
No.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
Can it be I stayed away too long?
I'll tell you in 1 second. But the record, when the first single, when that shit dropped, the sample that they used, I was like, yo, what is that?
I hear you.
It was so different. It just blew my mind. I was already a Pooh Bah fan, but when that record came out, I was like, yo, my man is on some. He was on some next shit with that.
Yeah, he was nice, bro. Grand Pooh Bah was nice.
You know what I'm saying? My thing about Pooh Bah, I always say, I mean, he's my favorite rapper of all time, and I feel like he was like the definition of the word swag before we was using the word swag.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He definitely had that.
So 2000, that's it for me right there, and then. Without question, all-time favorite album, One for All, Brand Nubian. Because just the body of work, and you gotta, like, each one of those dudes had a very distinctive style. None ain't sound like each other, you know what I'm saying? X was crazy with his flow, and the high-pitched flow, like, you can't front on Sadat X. Lord Jamar, he was the bars one. And he was intricately putting words together, and then Grand Pooh Bah was just, just Pooh Bah, bro.
Just being Pooh.
All right.
Yeah, so, and then my honorable mention, this is a left field one, but this is another album that I listened to back to front 1,000 times. Lauryn Hill, MTV Unplugged, number 2. No beats, no nothing,
Right.
but the shit that she was saying.
Fire.
The shit that she was saying. It ain't nothing to listen for beats, ain't nothing to listen to be like, oh, rocky. You just got to listen to what she was saying.
Right.
And I think a lot of people slept on that album because they're like, oh, she crazy and she was crying. And it's bugged out because it was a live album, but she really put some shit down on that album that you got to listen to and understand. That's my honorable mention.
Okay.
That's a good
Cool.
one.
Let's go, Rudeness.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start with my honorable mention. My honorable mention, I'm gonna go with College Dropout, Kanye. That album was from front to back. It was
That's
one of the greatest
tough right there.
albums that's out.
Big album.
My 5th would be When Disaster Strikes, Busta Rhymes.
Yo,
I mean,
word, son. Forgot
Dude,
about
you
Busta
remember
Bus.
you remember when
Put your hands on my eyes
Yeah,
to see.
when that shit came on, we was jumping out of cars. I remember us jumping out of parked cars. No, not a park car. We were jumping out of cars at the stoplights to dance in the street.
Jumping out of park car.
That's how thuggish
Yeah,
we are.
that's-
We
yeah.
Jump out, my
And not only that, yo,
in the streets, son.
that song was number one for I don't know how many weeks, man, but it was
Yeah,
number
that
one
was
for
a
like months.
Yeah, that was a crazy bust.
Yo, you wouldn't leave the club unless
Word.
they played that.
Yeah, that was
Word.
wasn't that
Exactly.
his first solo? Was that his first solo one?
album.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
No?
so.
Nah.
I don't think so.
But that one here. That
But
one.
that
After
one, that
Ella and
one
that?
was
Crazy,
crazy. That was crazy.
me see.
And then I'm gonna go with Get Rich, Die Trying, 50 Cent. That also was another headbanger. My second one, I'm gonna go with Fear of a Black Planet, Public Enemy. Once again, the energy that he was bringing in that album was just wild. Like it just made you feel proud and just want to stand up for a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? My fourth one, I'm gonna go with Redman. Doc's the Name. The album was a good album. Plus, most of bias. Like Redman's an Aries, so anything he says.
That's how Beat at, right? It was on that
Yeah,
album?
yeah. Fuck you on that album too.
You.
So that was also good album, Redman. 3, I'm gonna go with Nas, King's Disease. The second one. The first one was good, but I like the second one much better. So shout out to Nas.
Second one.
The second King's,
Oh, yeah,
King's,
two King's
yeah, he got
Disease.
3.
Yeah,
He got
oh,
3,
shit.
but
Yeah.
the second one I think was
Rob
better
did.
than the
He was in the
second one.
garden last night doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Nas has just got. I mean, he's always been nice, but it seemed like he just get better with time, And my number one, you already know. I'm gonna go with best album, Return to the Boom Bap.
I knew you was gonna go there.
Krs.
I already knew that one.
Yes, sir.
I mean, all the tracks on that, man. I mean,
Return of the
come
Boom
on,
Bap.
crazy.
Crazy.
Like, y'all know how I feel about that dude, so it's a no-brainer.
Yes, sir.
What you got, P?
Me, I put my sixth. Be honest with you, my favorite Kanye West album. I understand like the story behind the college dropout and things like that. In terms of rapping, Graduation hit different for me personally. Every album I put on my list, I can remember like what I was doing when I heard it.
I was
Compared
supposed to
to
be,
stuff
man.
like that.
Sure.
So, Graduation, in terms of like, I think when you look at Kanye West as a rapper outside of just what he can do in terms of production, this, that, and the third, I feel like Graduation is probably the closest thing you're gonna have to a Kanye West album, where it's not like the production on it is great and this is great. Yeah, it is, but he more so is rapping on it. So that's my favorite Kanye West album. I got that at 6. 5, I got Life After Death. I don't really think I have to explain that. I think
That's not your top 5. You're not,
for
you're not in hip hop, bro.
for as much
What's wrong with
songs
y'all?
as on that album, for
Yeah.
all of them,
Yeah, you don't skip a
The
song,
hit.
son. You don't
and that
skip a
much
song.
songs on the album it just doesn't make sense. Like you hear, people can't even have good albums with 10 songs.
Right.
So to put all of those and then
We had like 20
so
something
yeah,
tracks?
that's self-explanatory. I'm gonna shout out Reasonable Doubt, right? I'm gonna shout it out, but I took it off to put To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar, son. That's a great album.
Yeah.
That's a great album in terms of rapping and in terms of concept, where it's just like, when you got shout out Public Enemy, right? Like the messages and how they like invoke feeling. For somebody to do that, I think Kendrick is the person that can like, he captures both of it. Like, I'm gonna still show you I can rap my ass off while giving you a message. And then you'll see, I don't know if you guys have paid attention to it, but like you'll see him put somebody on an album and it'll be like a random feature, quote unquote. Next thing you know, like I think that's the first time I heard Rhapsody rap. I think she's the best woman rapper nobody gives credit to. And she's on the album just going crazy.
Spitting.
I was listening to that yesterday with Joe.
Crazy. So, and then on top of it, then you have like a song that everybody think is like corny, quote unquote, like King Kunta, and he's taking shot at rappers for not writing their shit. You feel me? So when people just look at something like, oh yeah, he went commercial. Almost everything he dropped, it's like meticulous. Like it looked like plain and simple, but it's really deeper. But it's still like it's good enough for people that don't want to do it, like that don't want to look into it. It's still good enough for them to listen to it. But then people that really like want to see the breakdown, then it just makes it that much like it hit harder. So I got that there. I got Illmatic for number 2.
Represent.
Big record.
Nigga rapping like that at 19, bro.
It's insane.
best rapper in the world at 19. Don't even make sense.
Insane.
So it's crazy because I feel like all the Nas slander has always been because
Jealousy.
if you start the game on 100, you have nothing but criticism. You feel me? So anytime you take a dip down,
But that's
it's
why
because you started at perfection.
That's
you
why
feel
I think
me?
it was written.
So what you call it? That's why I got Illmatic because what you call it to me, like of course y'all gonna say I have a Queens bias, but I don't like all the criticism of Nas. It goes in one ear and go out the other to me.
That's what O says though.
It doesn't make sense.
It's just jealousy, bro.
But that's
To be honest, because nobody
It's a classic
nobody
album,
was
son.
fucking with him.
There's
Still
Nobody
can't.
fucking with him.
But there's only
Every
one
record.
person that I
Because
know that came for.
It came out and kind of set a standard for a rap album.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
To this day it does.
Yeah.
You feel me? Nas is gonna drop like what King's Disease 4, and they're gonna compare it to Illmatic.
Yes.
Not because like it's crazy. He wasn't rapping like that at 19.
Right.
It's wicked to me. But to number 1, Get Rich or Die Trying for sure.
Queens.
For sure. It's Queens, but what you call it? I think it's the most what's the best way for me to put it? I feel like it was an album that you could have heard without ever having to listen to. That's how much people were playing it. It was around the city, like it was around the time. Like when that dropped, as a rapper,
stopped.
You just didn't want to follow that.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the only album I ever heard played in the club from front to back. They played the whole entire album
Had to.
in the club from front to back.
Had to.
Ever in my life when I heard that.
Remember, that dropped 2003, right? It's 20. I was what? It's 20 years ago. I was like 7, 8 years old. And then what you call it? I've never been able, like, out of all of them on my list, the reason why it's number 1 is because it's like, I grew up with that album to the point that I'm listening to it today and it just connects with me in a way because it's like, every year I can listen to that album and I'm gonna appreciate the fact that like I grew up with the album. And then again, like I make jokes about like y'all tasting and stuff, but in terms of like how it aged, the album is like it's really a timeless album. Like you can listen to it today and you'll still feel the essence of what it was supposed to make you feel. You feel me? I feel like there's albums that like I had on the list that I had to take off because I'm like, listening to it today, like, yeah, it's a serviceable album, it's calm, it's a classic, but just because it's a classic don't make it an all-time, to me, at least. So Get Rich or Die Trying, definitely my number 1 album.
That's a good list. I know, Joe, you agree with that Kendrick Lamar album, right? That's your top album?
Same here.
Yeah?
I think, yeah,
Absolutely.
Kendrick. Go ahead.
Kojo agree with that too.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar gave me hope again.
Okay.
'Cause at
For
the time,
MCing?
was that?
For MCing?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think he's just a unique rapper and a unique artist. You know, he can go deep, From the hip
Whoa.
hop.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, I got one. Somebody mark me down. You gotta write yourself up for that. All right, so yeah. There's the pen over there.
Put it down.
Joe's writing it down right now.
Write it down, Joe.
Oh man, that's hilarious, bro.
He definitely gave me hope, man. He
That's
definitely
funny as
did.
hell, bro.
Definitely did, man. And I think he's a timeless rapper.
All right,
And I
cool.
hope he stays for long.
Hopefully he stays timeless, man.
Facts, yeah.
He stays
I mean, his last. Do you think? How you feel about his last project?
I feel like it's going to age better than it was received. 'Cause I think it's fire, but at the same time, I think
But for me, that's kind of like a cop out because you saying like if it didn't impact you at the moment.
no. I'm saying,
Oh, you
saying,
like it?
I'm saying
like,
on my
okay.
bad. I
You talking
think
about
it's
still
fire.
the masses gonna
From the
receive it.
masses, I just think what you call it compared to what everything is, I feel like it's such a difference in what is out that people probably just don't want to listen to it. I think there's a lot of people that give album reviews that didn't listen to albums. I don't feel like nobody listened to that album because I feel like if you listen to that album and you're like, oh, it's mid, you didn't listen to that shit. That shit is hard. He has a.
Yeah.
That was a pull.
All right, cool.
Write that down.
Got him. Got you, Ponyx.
Unlike y'all, I ain't gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. But what you call it? Like, who you know can drop a song on an album with two basically just arguing with somebody. It's an argument. And it's fire.
It's a great video
gotta
too.
give it up. You gotta give it up.
That video is
I
amazing.
think it was cool.
When you doing stuff like that, and you still making sure that like the cadences, like it rhymes, stuff like that, bro. At this point, you just bored with what everybody else is making. I'm just gonna do whatever, cause it's like I'm so ahead of y'all. I can take these different liberties to do different things, while still being better than y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm just starting on Lamar. So
listen
that
listen
made me
to
believers, man. I'm just
Section
starting
80.
with him.
Section 80.
Just starting. Right now I'm on Cole. Cole is pretty good. Man.
I was listening to Kendrick
Back
last
to
night.
Kendrick Lamar real quick.
Go
The
ahead.
fact that he called out all of these rappers on one track, got everybody routed like that. And not everybody came at him with something really even that could meet the bar that he was like even setting at the time.
Listen, man, only one person came for Nas, and that was a mistake. I don't think anybody's gonna come for that dude.
Bro, he came at everybody
You can't
looks
go
at
at Kendrick.
Drake as this superstar, as he is, rightfully so. That can't do no wrong. You don't want to mess with Drake and blah blah. On a BET cipher comes out, say yo, like basically calls him out, right? And then your boy Drake talking about I'm never gonna make a song with him again. The biggest artist in the world. Cause he know I can't fuck with him.
That's correct. He
I
could be
can't
popular,
fuck with you, so
but
I
don't
just
mean
gotta
he
be
better,
like,
bro.
yo, I'm never gonna make a song with you.
Yeah, but
again.
I think Drake could go in different bags that Kendrick can go in though.
Yeah.
But
Look, there's one thing of being that popular MC and being a real MC.
So my thing is the bag that Drake can go into, what he gonna do in terms of like he probably gonna feed off the popularity or something, which is cool. What does that matter to a nigga that don't care about the popularity?
Yeah, but it's like the last song he dropped, honestly, Nevermind was like more of like a, it's a world sound. Like he's basing off his life experiences, which I guess some people can't appreciate because we come from inner city. We're not traveling to San Tropez and these places, but I get a view of that through his music now because he's bringing me into his world, and that's why, and that's the bags I appreciate from guys like Drake, or not guys like Drake, period, because there's no guy like Drake. He's like one of a kind.
He's one and only.
As much as I fuck with Drake, I fuck with Drake. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like in terms of like when it's time to go at it with somebody, it's more so like I'm not really gonna go head to head with you. It's very much like the I feel like he's a scare tactic beef rapper. You feel me? Where it's just like, you don't want to mess with me because of what I could possibly do. Right. But he don't really do nothing.
So, yo, my top 5 greatest albums of all time. 2003, Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's number 5?
Yes, sir. Number
That's
5.
everybody's listening.
Yeah, that's number 5.
Yeah, 50, Hungry. Hungry 50 at that time.
Blacklisted. I wasn't even supposed to drop, son.
Facts.
Yo,
Facts.
West Coast beats and the gangster lyrics. Yo, I was in the club. They played in the club the song 50 straight times. Yo, the DJ just kept 50 straight times, dog. Go shorty. It's your
shut
birthday.
everybody down. The
Yo,
album shut everybody down.
170,000 copies first week, son.
Crazy.
And then it ended up selling 10 mil, right?
Yeah, 14.
Diamond, bro.
9 million worldwide.
Diamond.
9 million US, 12 million worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide. Yep.
Come on, son.
Yo, what up, gangster?
Yeah, that. We don't play
bro.
that.
Many men.
We don't
Many
play
Men
around.
was my
Well,
shit, son.
Many Men, that's it.
Many men, I
That
throw a
was a
hood on.
record. That was a record.
Wait, is it white?
Go to the store and get a Lucy. I don't even smoke. Many men have me hyped, son.
That's
Yeah,
so
Lucy
crazy.
and an OE, son.
Throw a hood on. Yo, my number 4, Life After Death, of course, 1997.
Yeah.
That was a young
That
buck.
still holds,
Was a young
holds
buck,
right
you
now,
know.
too.
Yeah, if you play the last disc 2, the last 7, you could just play. You don't have to skip them shits.
Long Kiss
Shits
Goodnight.
is all hot. And the non-commercial joints are his best joints.
Yes, sir.
The ones that's not on the radio.
Long
Pop.
Kiss Goodnight is my favorite joint.
Kick in the Door. I think
That's my ringtone, yo.
Sold
Kick in the
14
Door.
million albums too.
Yeah.
Life After, yeah, she sold mad albums. Nas, Illmatic, number 3, 94, bro. 10 songs. No one ever heard lyricists like this.
Yeah,
except
represent to
Rakim.
this day, son.
They call Nas the next Rakim, the new Rakim when he came out. Just lyrical,
Nah, he was.
his flow was
above
crazy,
everybody else. Above
intelligent rapping. Like words actually mattered. What he was saying, you know what I'm
We're
saying?
bringing the hood into
and
it.
connecting.
And he was
properly.
using
Not
full synthesis.
wasting a word.
Yeah, nah. Critically acclaimed as a masterpiece, yo.
Yes,
From
sir.
the source, 5 mics. You know what I'm saying? He had the top producers on there too at that time. Pete Rock,
Primo.
Large
Pete
Professor,
Rock,
Primo. Yeah.
Primo. Masterpiece.
Q-Tip, too, did a song.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And Nas is like everybody's favorite rapper anyway, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Come on now.
Nas. Where's he from?
Queen.
There you go.
Get the money.
Number 2, Low End Theory, Tribe Called Quest, baby. Yeah. 1991. Yo, Q-Tip produced that album.
The whole album?
He's an underrated producer, man.
Yeah.
On the low, Q-Tip can produce joints, but he ain't really throw it out there a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, just that One Love track he produced. On,
Yeah.
One Love was crazy.
And the jazz samples they use, it's crazy. And yo, this is why it sounded different. They're one of the first rap groups to use like these top-notch engineers. Bob
Professional
Powers
mix engineer.
mixed it. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes that was doing like big time,
records.
big super records.
Like
you know what I'm
records
saying?
that MTV records.
Put that in your budget. To put that in a rap budget was like
They wasn't
nobody
doing
was
that.
doing
They
that.
wasn't
Yeah,
doing that.
but you could tell they
Where they
shit
recorded
sound
that
crazy.
album at?
I think it was in L.A. for that, too.
I think it wasn't Power Play. I think it was probably up here, Hit Factory, one of the places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Top notch freaking.
Yeah, 5 mics again. But they ain't sell too many records. Like
Yeah, I
not
don't know what it is about
like
them.
worldwide, nobody caught on, but everybody knows Tribe
Yeah.
as far as like respect wise. Everybody
Absolutely.
respects Tribe.
That's a good fact.
Number 1. The group that changed our lives, yo. Wu-Tang. Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, bro.
I didn't put that on because,
I feel like it was a gimme.
But
Yeah.
that made us stop rapping.
yeah,
Flavor
Flavor
Savers.
Savers
Flavor
was
Savers was
officially
old,
done.
bro.
Flavor Savers was officially
Bro.
done.
I'll be honest with you, son.
Bro,
I keep telling y'all this, man.
we stopped rapping.
With a name like
Because
that,
of
y'all wasn't
Wu-Tang
gonna make it. Y'all wasn't gonna make it with a
Hey,
name
listen,
like that.
man.
Yo.
Somebody might have changed that
No,
name
bro.
when we came
Flavor
out.
Savers?
What?
What that mean? What does that even mean?
Yo,
They saving the flavors.
Saving, yo.
We got
Saving
the
the
favor.
flavors.
We hold on.
Hey, yo, hey.
It sounds like
There was flavor that needs to be saving.
Yo, right? We
Hey,
got
y'all doing it. Nah.
we got
Yo,
the
we wasn't doing it, yo.
Yo, come
Yo,
with the name,
Y'all
though.
tipping
he's a
toeing on
hater,
that line.
man.
That was on you, Clint?
He
Bro.
was a hater, bro.
Y'all tipping toeing on that
that
line.
you savor.
What you savoring? The flavor?
That wasn't saving.
That was y'all sound
love
like,
to listen to a track though.
y'all sound like a bad TV
Yo, bring the
show.
track out,
Yo,
son.
that's
Got 3.5
horrible,
songs, bro.
That's nasty.
Which one you want to hear? The half?
Yeah, give it a half. Yeah.
Flavor Savers.
Yo,
man.
Yeah, yo.
right now.
Flavor or something, bro. Like,
Yo, they are the reason why we stopped.
He put, I bet
1993.
y'all put Flavor with an A, right?
Why?
A Y.
F-A-Y.
A-Y.
Save
Yeah,
us.
Yo.
Save us.
It was Flavor Unit out there. It was Flavor Flav. Yo, Flavor was a big word.
Flavor was a big
Flavor
word.
was a word back then. That was one of the words,
You gotta be in during the
But
times, man.
Flavor
there's
Unit.
Flavor Flav. It's so many words in the fucking
Well,
in
Flavor
the
was-
English language.
But-
Yo, Flavor's like your
That was
what y'all
one of the
call that
words.
now?
It was
Like
the words
your
back then. Yeah.
like your aura. Flavor was like your
Nah,
style.
all right,
Yeah.
cool. What I'm saying, I just don't get the slavers part.
Was it savers or
Savers.
like I'm
Savers.
saving like a
So
bank?
you
No, savor. Like
Oh,
you savor
savor.
flavor.
To
Not
save.
save.
Er.
It's savor like you savor.
Listen,
I don't
But
even
it's
think they
savor.
know these.
Savor.
That's correct.
Right?
Just say it's
Oh,
different things.
It's
Oh,
not.
so y'all
They not
provided the
saving.
flavor.
That's yo,
They
my
Y'all
man.
provided.
Now you
Flavor
getting
for
it.
you.
That sound
Savor.
nasty, son. That sound wild nasty.
Yo, man. It's the we would.
Yo.
I would listen to anybody
said the
right
flavor,
now that had that
Somebody said
name.
they had that name. Y'all let-
Right now,
Yeah.
remember there
Yo,
was
hold
a
on.
Flavor
Pause
Unit.
on it.
Flavor shade.
Flavor Unit was a group back
That
then.
sound like nastiness.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
I accept flavor unit.
Yeah,
that sound
That
more,
is
you know,
nasty work, son.
flavor
Lord
unit.
Jay say?
We got the flavor.
I got
that
the
sound like
flavor.
a bad porn commercial, son. What are you
What,
talking about?
Yo,
Wait,
man.
hold on,
the name of the
hold on,
album,
bro.
we got
Yo,
the flavor.
I thought we're not gonna sit here and
Hold on, bro.
That was the
Then a
first
great
single.
black
We got
man,
the flavor.
son. Y'all killing us, son.
You right, you right, you right.
Yo, I'm
I
here
have to
to,
subscribe to your rules, son.
I'm here
You
to
right,
talk
you
about
right, you
Wu-Tang, guys.
You right, you right.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Enter the 36 chambers.
Yeah, that record. Was,
Yeah, that's the reason why we
Cream
quit.
on the-
But yo, protect your neck, cream. Like, come on, man.
I should have collabed
Can
with
it be
them,
so
man.
simple?
They
Mystery of chess boxing.
Yo, man.
That album was crazy. Yo, we were in the village, and cars kept driving by. They was playing Protect Your Neck. I was like, yo, what is this?
Yeah,
Every corner, bro, was playing that joint.
over and over.
Yeah.
And then meth.
And my
meth,
sixth man is Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, man.
yes, sir.
Had to do it.
Makes sense.
I was struggling with All for One. Is it All for One? Did we? It is.
One for all.
One for
Might be
all.
One for all. It's one for all.
You might be right with
It's
that.
one
Dirk.
for all.
Reasonable Doubt,
Yo, I'm telling
Cuban
you.
Links, and Chronic was I was tossing around.
Reasonable doubt, man.
Which Chronic?
There's
The
a
first
lot of
Chronic?
songs
Yeah,
out like
lot.
that.
Around 2000?
2001.
No, first one.
First Chronic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the first
Why do you
one.
like 2001 so much?
Oh man, the tracks on that and everybody
Compared to the
rapping on
first
it?
one?
Yeah, it's
that
10
first
times better
Chronic
than
was
I think
dope.
it's 10,
10 times better
than the original
first one.
Chronic.
The
Yes.
first one
Yeah,
is
wow.
crazy.
The first one was.
All right.
Even though your man said I'm just like a clock when I tick and I talk. That pisses me off, bro. Cause only back in y'all days
like a
that a
Yeah,
clock.
bar.
one for all, Dirk. You right.
Only back in y'all days that a bar. Just
you
like
know-
a clock when I tick and what the fuck you mean?
No, so give
What
me,
does that mean?
yo, give me,
Like
give
a
me,
clock, I
yo,
take
yo,
it
When I tick and I talk.
yo, give me a
As
sample
a
of a
man,
bar.
what
Give
you
me a
tick
bar.
and talking for?
It was
Yo,
original
give me an example of a good bar.
very good question.
Hey, yo, Ponyx, give
Yeah,
me
I
an
can't
example of a
say
good
that.
bar.
That's a good question, bro.
Can't say that, bro.
P, give me an example
Cannot
of a
say
good
that.
bar.
What?
Give me an example of a good bar.
I love this question. You want to come back?
Come back.
Come back. You gotta think about it.
Back to it.
All right, Sports
There's a lot of
Iconic
bars,
Podcast.
You
We'll be
about to
right
push a
back with
T-ball.
Ponyx and a hot bar. Peace. Yo.